Hello, my name is Mrs. Baber, and along with Miss Button, we teach this hospitality and catering course. This is a level 2, which is equivalent to a GCSE and will provide you with the opportunity to gain a vocational qualification that gives a basic introduction to this sector of work. Hospitality and catering is a very large sector in Britain, and it accounts for about 10% of the workforce. So there are an awful lot of jobs opportunities available in this industry, particularly for 18 to 24-year-olds. This course is made up of 2 units. The first unit being a theory-based unit on the hospitality and catering industry, and the second, which is the coursework, which has a large practical element. So the course is designed to develop your practical cooking skills, as well as to give you an understanding of how the industry operates, from restaurant to housekeeping management, and looking at skills from chefs to receptionists, to hotel management, to event management. Any of these can be full-time career opportunities. You'll also develop understanding of the skills required for these jobs. And then in Unit 2, we will look very much at practically cooking and planning meals and dishes, and ending in a 9-hour controlled assessment in Year 11 with a 4-hour practical exam. The first area we look at is the environment in which the hospitality industry operates, where we look at different types of venues, from 5-star hotels to in-flight meals, both in the private and public sectors. So we look at things like school canteens as well. We analyse job requirements, so we're looking at the demand for jobs, types of contracts, whether that's full-time or seasonal. We look at the qualifications and attributes of those job needs. We study factors that will affect the success of a particular hospitality and catering provider. We're looking at costs and profits. We also look at the economy, so we will look into what a recession means and how that can affect the industry. We look at different technologies that the industry uses and new and innovative cooking techniques. We will also look at demographics, so a bit of sociology comes into this, where we're looking at how customers' life expectations and lifestyles can affect the industry, or factors that they take into consideration. Another big factor in the industry is the competition within it, as well as the new trends and surges. For example, at the moment there's a huge trend in coffee shops and afternoon teas, for example. We also look at the role of the media and advertising in factors that make a successful hospitality industry. The next area we look at is how it actually operates. So this is where we're looking at the layout of kitchens and workflow within them. And we also look at how the front of house operates. We study stock control and the administrative tasks that are needed as well, like staff rotas, as well as looking at safety and security. The next area, we look at health and safety, and this is very much looking at legislation, in particular the Health and Safety at Work Act. We spend quite a bit of time talking about food poisoning and intolerances to food, like food allergies. And we also look at the role of the Environmental Health Officer and the impact of the Food Safety Act. The final section in this unit is where we put all these topics together to look at options for areas for starting new businesses or diverging different businesses. We look at the advantages and disadvantages, and we justify our proposals by looking at the specific needs of the customers in that area. Unit 2, this is the practical element. So this is catering in action. So we do a lot of cooking in this area, and the controlled assessment asks you to plan a meal and to propose 2 dishes to go on a menu, and then to produce 2 of them in a 4-hour period of time. The kind of things that have been produced. Here are some of the distinction level dishes that have been produced in the past, and as you can see from them, there is a whole array of different skills, from filleting fish to making pasta, but what comes across more than anything is the really creative way they've been presented. And this is something that we aim for right the way through Year 10 and Year 11, is to produce dishes that are of restaurant standard that you'd feel really happy to receive if you sat down in a nice hotel or bistro. This course is graded a little differently from GCSEs. It is done on distinction, merit and pass. We focus in Year 10 on the theory work for the exam, which is sat in the summer of that year. But we also develop our practical skills to be used in the assessment in Year 11. There is a resit opportunity in Year 11 for the theory exam if we need it, but so far we haven't needed to use that. So to pass this unit, you need to complete all the assessment criteria. This is the modules of work that are set by the exam board. We start the controlled assessment in Year 11, and the actual practical part is done in March. Provided you've passed the exam in Year 10, you will be finishing this course in the Easter of Year 11, which gives you time in your hospitality and catering lessons to focus on other subjects as you run up to your exams. And this is really, really useful time for you. It is possible to get a distinction star in this course. To do that, you need to get a distinction in Unit 1, the exam, and get a distinction in Unit 2, the controlled assessment. 2 distinctions will enable you to get the distinction star. This is my favourite quote. So you do indeed need to have a love of food. You also need to have good organisation so that you're ready for practicals and that you have containers to take things home. So good organisation is key. As you've seen from the slides of distinction dishes, creativity really is important in the presentation of your final dish. We do a lot of experimenting with flavours and different combinations, so a willingness to try is very, very important. Bit of resilience as well. Whenever you're doing a practical activity, things can go wrong, and they do. And there will be dishes that you're really good at and others that you need more practicing. So a bit of resilience to keep trying. This course has been designed to support people who want to learn about the vocational sector and the potential it can offer them for their careers or further study. Employment in hospitality and catering can range from waiting staff to food managers to food technologists to food manufacturing. All of these roles will require further education and training through either apprenticeships or higher education. Here is a few possible jobs that you could take if you follow a food career. So, what do we get up to on the food and cultural trip? Well, this is a great opportunity to first of all travel abroad. Secondly, you will have the chance to make your own croissant. You will get a chance to make pancakes. And we also decorate chocolate bars at the chocolate factory. The highlight of the trip, I think, is always a day in Disney, though. To answer the first question, which is usually the most important one for people, we cook every single week for the first 2 terms in Year 10 to get us some basic skills sorted. After that, in terms 3, 4 and 5, it goes to once a fortnight so that we can focus a little more on the theory for the upcoming exam in the summer. After your exam, we cook every lesson. Then when you get into Year 11, We cook every week for the first term to just make sure we have all those basic skills in place, like jointing chicken, meringue making, pasta, filleting fish, and making pastries. After that, we go back to once a fortnight so that we can focus on some of the theory work for the controlled assessment. And then, as I said previously, the actual practical exam is in March of Year 11. Is this a GCSE? It is not a GCSE, but it is a Level 2 qualification, and it will count for both employers, universities and colleges as a Level 2 equivalent to a GCSE. Do I need my own knives or other equipment? No, you do not need any equipment at all. You do not bring any equipment into school. We provide everything. Will I need chef whites? The answer to that is yes. We think it helps to make you feel professional and raise the standard of what you're producing if you wear chef's whites. If you have any more questions, then please do contact me. You can email me, or if you're in school, you can come and talk to me. Thank you.